Excuse me, this is where I inquire about Social Security?
Yes, have a seat. Someone will help you soon.
Thank you. But why should I have to prove my age? If I'm willing to throw away my pride and admit I'm 62, Social Security should meet me halfway. I have done a great deal for the circuses of this country. And besides, I paid in all those years.
Miss Agapova, I go back a bit myself. In fact, I was there the night you did your first triple. And even if you don't look it, if you say you're 62, I believe you. But you can appreciate that we have to have the same rules for everybody.
It isn't as if I want to retire. I'm not thinking of myself. I'm stepping down to give someone else a chance at my job. You know, for the past 12 years, I have not been performing. You know that? I have been the wardrobe mistress. Now I'm willing to settle here in Florida, but if no one cooperates, what can I do?
And you don't have a birth certificate?
No, and I wouldn't want to send for one, because I'm not on good terms with the present government over there. I wouldn't give them the satisfaction of helping me to get Social Security.
And you don't have any other documents to prove your age?
Every paper and jewel and autograph of royalty I had was robbed from the train 12 years ago. All they left me were some old letters. I brought one along because it mentions my age.
Good, good. Let me have a look at it.
I had better read it. His handwriting was as bad as his character. My dear little doll, enclosed is your ticket to America, the land which will cherish you almost as much as I. From the first day I met you, etc., 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 what a villain he was. Well, your ship docks on the 12th, your precious birthday, and that evening I have reserved a private dining room for the two of us at Luchev's. I will never forget that evening. He was right in the middle of a toast. When in burst his wife, she hits him with a bottle of champagne. 4 stitches. All the time we were in Europe, the villain never mentioned his wife. You are troubled, Mr. Robinson?
Yes. This letter mentions your day of birth, but not your age, and I don't think it'll go through.
Of course, I feel embarrassed. Memories are memories, but proof is proof.
Why don't you send this form in for your arrival record?
What's that?
It will show your age when you arrived in this country.
It all seems so complicated and time-consuming. I think I'll retire next season. Thank you ever so much, Mr. Robinson. Thank you.
We'll be glad to help you whenever you decide.
John, would you take a look at this and get back to me on it?
Right. Oh, Miss Agapova.
So, darling, you'll just have to wait until I make up my mind about retirement.
Well, maybe I can be a butcher in the meantime.
They make good money. It's only for the season.
Problem is, I don't like selling.
If a fine clown like Dwight Herman can be a butcher, so can you, my sweet. Yes, you have to understand that...
50 cents, a $50 for the week. Our remarkable work. Take home a souvenir of the circus, a genuine wine breeder, week at a time. It flies, it's free. It costs $50. Yes, 50 cents off.
our best.
Sir Beatty, did you hear about Dwight? Would you like to do something? Hey, Lily, do you want to help out?
What happened? Who got hurt?
Dwight Herman. They took him to the hospital.
His heart again.
We think so.
He's had a whole year of trouble with that heart.
Well, the pressure's off you soon. You're retiring soon, aren't you?
Darling, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
Mr. Gopova. Mr. Gopova. John Robinson with Social Security. I was coming out to the circus today anyway, so I thought I'd drop that letter by.
Oh, Mr. Robinson, you're very kind. After what happened to Dwight Herman this afternoon, it made me think again about retiring and taking care of myself.
See the chap who collapsed out there today?
Apparently it was his heart. He had an attack last year. He's had a lot of chest pains lately. He was a very talented clown, but he's had to give it up. Every once in a while he would work as a butcher, you know, selling things.
Do you know if he's drawing disability benefits under Social Security?
I wouldn't know.
I'll look into it. Maybe I'll see you if you change your mind.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Mr. Robinson. The way I feel now.
Excuse me, are you the gentleman who are here for Mr. Herman?
Yes, we are.
How's our boy?
He seems to be doing fine now.
He had a bad heart attack about a year ago. Is this another one?
There doesn't seem to be any new heart damage at this time. The doctor says what he really needs now is medication and rest. Stairs are bad for him, exertion of any kind. He'll simply have to stop all work. Incidentally, how do you get the makeup off? Alcohol doesn't seem to help.
No, you can't use alcohol. You have to use an oil of some kind. Do you want me to help?
I'd appreciate it.
Find him?
I have a Dwayne Herman, but no Dwight Herman. This is completely up to date, isn't it?
Has the records of everybody in the state up to 3 weeks ago.
I kind of suspected he might not be drawing benefits. You know, circus people think it's a curse to call yourself disabled. But if he's been struggling with a bad heart for a year and hasn't been able to work much, I'll bet his savings are getting low.
Why don't you give him a ring at the hospital?
I think I will.
Let me know if you need anything.
Right. Hey. Thanks. It's okay. Well, the old team really came through, didn't they?
What team?
Basketball, what'd you think? Well, I noticed you got your paper open to the sports section.
Oh, yeah.
You from around here?
No, I'm just passing through.
What line of work you in?
Show business?
Show business? Yeah. You know, I had a cousin used to be in show business. He's up north with those big bands, saxophone. Clay Jenkins. Did you ever run into him?
No. But I haven't.
Uh-huh.
Dwight, how they treating you?
Hey, how you doing?
I told me I got to rest up for a little while. I just overdid, that's all.
They told you that a year ago, remember?
Oh, that's beautiful. There's a vase.
Let me, I'll fix it.
So how's the show?
Well, except for Thursday afternoons, they've all been sellouts.
Yeah?
Incidentally, everybody chipped in for this money order.
Oh, gee, you didn't have to do that. I'll be back to work in a couple of weeks.
Might come in handy.
Excuse me, Mr. Harmon. Mr. Robinson called from Social Security.
Thank you. Social Security? He's rushing me a bit, isn't he?
He doesn't mean retirement, silly. Disability.
Did you put him on to me? I'm not disabled.
Might pay to look into it. After all, how many days did you work last year? As a clown, 0. As a butcher, perhaps 20.
I don't want Social Security. I like earning my money.
It's not charity. It's like insurance. If a guy bumps your car, you collect. It's the same thing.
Maybe. But to me, it's like using a net on the High Wire Act. It means you lack confidence. And once that happens, the act goes downhill.
Darling, don't tell me about falling. I know this subject backward. Forgive the expression. If you've already fallen and you're trying to recover, use the net for a while until you're sure of yourself. Then you get rid of it.
Listen, you want to do me a favor?
Yes.
Look after my dog. He's still tied up behind my trailer.
No, he's not.
What do you mean?
Here's my boy. Hello there. Hello there.
Save it for the customers.
Circus trailer leaves in a week and I'm being unfair to the girl who wants to replace me. If I'm leaving, I must let everybody know tomorrow.
What can I do for you?
It's a question of timing. I don't know when my checks will begin, and without them, I would have to sell some investments, which I don't want to do.
We'll put in your claim for retirement benefits today. Then, depending on when the claim can be completed, including the proof of age, you should start receiving your checks from 1 to 3 months after you retire.
Mr. Robinson, you sound like the other gentleman who gave me false hope. Even I know how long the mail takes and the zip codes and the paper. And there's so many people retire besides me.
Tens of thousands. But a third of our claims come back in a few days and begin payment within 30 days. That's if everything goes without a hitch. Come on back. I'll show you how it's done.
It might be interesting, but my own case is most interesting.
When this young lady types a request like yours, she ends up with a tape that she feeds into the machine. Then very soon, the information is received in Baltimore. All the requests coming in on a particular day are put on a finder tape, which searches through our records in Baltimore for the individual earnings records. There are about 180 million of these records, and they have all been transferred to tape. Then we figure out how much we owe you and put it in readable form. We take your original application, put it together with all the other records, and send it to a payment center. And that's how we managed to start paying a third of our claims in a month and 2/3 in 2 to 3 months.
It's quite a spectacle. You should charge admission.
Kidding aside, they like to take folks around our Baltimore headquarters. If you're ever there, drop in. It's free.
You know, I might do that. I would like to be serious with you, Mr. Robinson. Retirement gives me a chance to discover all the things there are outside the circus world. Show business was a wonderful life, but as a performer, you tend to concentrate on yourself and all you need. To protect yourself, you become egocentric. After all, one's leave can lose your career and maybe your life. But eventually, life forces you to change. 12 years ago, I left the center arena, but I went backstage. Now, I'm becoming part of the audience. Now, I will do many things I never did before, including your Baltimore Social Security. Thank you, Mr. Robinson.
Miss Agapova, I enjoyed every minute of it.
So what'd the doctor have to say to you?
Well, with a heart like mine, it's hard to predict. Time will tell. Until they're sure, I've got to take it easy.
Well, so what are you going to do? Just kind of relax around home?
Yeah.
Where is your home? Sarasota?
I share a trailer.
Well, you mean when the circus is traveling, you live in a trailer, but other times you... No family?
No, both my parents are gone. I got my friends on the show and my dog, and that's about it.
No girlfriend?
Not for the last 2 years. Her act wasn't picked up, so she went on to Vegas. Well, what's she gonna do, marry a clown? She was a star. She wasn't a hanger-on.
What are you going to do with yourself now?
Well, first thing I'm going to do is get my suitcases off that truck before they leave town.
Hey, just a minute, wait. Why don't you put your gear in this shopping bag here?
Oh, you sure you won't need it?
No.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Listen, I hope you're on your feet soon.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry I wasn't very good company, but it's hard to talk to a civilian. I'll just have to learn, that's all.
That's okay. Good luck to you.
Thanks. Same to you.
Let me get those.
Thanks, mate.
Take it easy, buddy.
Yeah.
Let me help you.
That's right. Come on, Marty. Come on.
Hold dry, you're me.
Come on, pal.
Let's hear from you once in a while, huh?
Starting a new life.
But where? I don't know where I'm going to go.
What are you going to do with yourself?
Oh, when I'm feeling better, I'd like to make some props, maybe sell them to the guys.
Have you ever done any carpentry?
I fooled around with it. Suppose I'd get good at it if I spent all my time at it. Doctor says I can't lift anything heavy.
Where are you going to live?
I'd like to save up and buy a camper.
In the meantime?
You got any place at your rooming house?
I think so.
Would they take the dog?
I'm sure they'll take your dog.
Okay.
How's your money holding up?
Oh, I'm in good shape. In good shape.
If you qualify for back Social Security benefits, I'm sure you will wind up with enough to help pay for a camper.
Yeah?
Yeah.
After we establish the information on your account, Mr. Herman, we send the file to the state in a disability case. It's a cooperative program between state and federal agencies. They determine the extent of your disability for Social Security cash benefits, and they also offer counseling, job training, whatever you need. Let me take one last look at this form to be sure we have everything we need.
Sure. I ought to use this orange for the hair.
I think it's beautiful. It makes me feel so good. I'm going to have a ball.
Look out for the animals. You got quite an audience there. Turn the head around one more time. Is that easy to do? Yeah. Thanks, mate. Lily.
Fantastic.
This check is enough for a down payment on a camper. They must have considered me disabled from my first heart attack. Apparently those few pennies I made as a butcher didn't count against me. Let's go look at a camper.
Let's go.
I think, you got a deal.
He likes it. Yeah. You know, it's always nice to have one more circus person in the camp. We have our own trailer right over there.
You're not taking a house?
Oh, no. In spite of everything, we're still circus people. And we need our wheels, because soon we'll be on the road.
You're not going back on the wire.
Oh, no. This time, I don't know how far I will recover. All I know is that my life has been like a roller coaster. Up and down. You know, I was a star at 19. Then Hitler came, and I went underground to fight him, so he puts me in a concentration camp. By the time the Americans come in, I was scheduled to death. Well, so I came back, I performed. But then the communists came, and everybody grew silent. And I couldn't, so I left. Without money, without clothes, I went to Switzerland. And there I worked, I saved some money, I bought a costume, I built an act. We married. A few years later, we fall. So we can't work. Now I'm back off my feet. I don't have to draw disability. Although Barbara still gets her check every month. But she'll be able to walk again. I know. See, the thing about the circus, it celebrates that fears can be conquered and limits can be stretched. I'm giving you a speech. When do you want the trailer?
We want to leave Wednesday. We're going to meet the circus in Baltimore.
You too, chasing the circus?
Well, I've got a prop to sell. Maybe I'll get an order for a couple more.
I'm going to help him with the driving. And I'm going to check on my replacement.
You mean you two driving together? What will people say?
We're protected. I got certified disability.
Что ты говоришь? Я не понимаю, что ты сказала. Ты некрасиво говоришь. You don't understand what I say? I can't get after all.
Would you follow me, please?
Surely.
Yes, I remember. Well, here there are record act machines, and over here there are many, many more record act machines. what it is actually is a registry of accounts. We have established 186 million accounts.
Pardon me, 106, what you said?
186 million established accounts.
Fantastic.
And all 186 million accounts are in this registry.
Yes.
Before we can actually post the earnings to the employee's actual account record, we have to have verification, and it's made here in this section before we can post.
Let me out with that, Barney.
Thank you. Works pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah, it's not bad. You know, I want to get a little more action in the arms. Bring it back to my camper after the show, and I'll put some hinges in there, huh?
Okay.
Okay, mate.
Clyde, I got an idea for a new problem. I'd like to discuss it with you later.
Sure.
After the show?
Sure. See me at my camper. Right.
¿Tienes que hablar?
Ay, tía. No la dejemos. I miss you so much, tía. Oh, you'll get over it. It's all right. Bye-bye.
What do you think? Hey, your peg doesn't look good. Yeah. Mine's the broken one right here. Oh, that's cute. Bonitas. Oh, thank you. Sí, pero aquí no hay otra cosa.
Line. Presenting our grand parade of circus artists from around the world.